Hey, what's up guys? Today I'll show you a horror film, The Witch. Spoiler ahead, watch out and take care. In the year 1630, a Puritan family faces the court of a village plantation, located somewhere in New England. Puritans are extremely religious people, and seek full reformation of the Catholic Church in its ideal form. The Puritan man is charged by the court as guilty of prideful conceit, proclaiming that the people of the plantation are false Christian. The court then warns him that he will be banished from the plantation if he continues to dismiss other people's beliefs. However, the prideful man stands on his ground and calls the judges of the court as false Christian. The court then decides to excommunicate him and his family from the plantation. The man, being the father of a family of 6, pridefully accepts the decision of the court, so the family leaves the plantation and resides in a secluded forest to survive on their own. The family soon finds an open field where they can finally settle. The family prays together in the field, hoping God will bless them. The family then proceeds to plant crops in the field and keep livestock in their backyard. One day, the family mother hands over her unbaptized baby to her eldest daughter, Thomasin. Thomasin then proceeds to play peekaboo with her baby sibling in front of the woods. She closes her eyes, but her baby sibling is suddenly gone when she opens her eyes. She tries to find the baby, but to no avail. It is then revealed that the witch, who resides in the middle of the woods, has taken away the baby. At night, the witch slices the baby and creates a soup ointment, using the fat baby's blood and flesh. The witch then wipes the ointment in her body and to her broom. It turns out the ointment from the blood and flesh of the unbaptized baby gives the witch power, allowing her to fly. At this point, the baby suffers from the father's sin, as the baby remains unbaptized because of their excommunication from the church. Weeks after, the family still tries to cope with the tragic event. They believe that the baby was taken away by a wolf. The mother tearfully prays to God, hoping that her baby will soon come back. Meanwhile, Thomasin's brother, Caleb, takes a peek at Thomasin's shining breast, revealing his hidden lustful nature. Knowing that Thomasin feels guilt from the tragic event, Caleb wakes her up and consoles her. The father notices that the crop is not bearing healthy fruits. He then realizes that they will not have enough food supply for the coming winter. So he decides to hunt in the woods and takes Caleb with him, despite Caleb being forbidden to come into the woods. Along the way, Caleb asks his father if his baby brother will go to hell, since he is still unbaptized. The father replies that only God knows. He also reveals to Caleb that he sold their mother's silver cup for money, and he instructs Caleb to keep it a secret. After that, they proceed to set the trap. Suddenly, their dog barks at a hare, so they take notice of it. The father then prepares his gun and aims at the hare, which is intently looking at them. It seems that it is the witch, who shapeshifts to the form of a hare. The father fires the gun, but it recoils, hitting him in the eye. The hare then runs away from the scene. Apparently, the father is not skillful enough to hunt food for his family. Back to their home, Thomasin hears her twin siblings singing a song that declares their black goat as the king of sky and land. Caleb and his father soon arrive back at their home. The mother is in anger and wonders where they go, forcing Caleb to lie to his mother, as he tells her that they came to find apples in the valley. Later, Thomasin comes to wash his father's clothes in the river with Caleb. One of the twin siblings, Mercy, suddenly comes out, claiming that she is a witch. She acts like a witch, and says that she saw their baby sibling taken away by a witch. To scare Mercy, Thomasin jokingly claims that she is the witch who has taken away their baby sibling. At night, the family prays for their dinner. The mother reveals that she found her silver cup gone. The mother then blames Thomasin for it, and asks if she lost it. It seems that the mother secretly hates Thomasin for losing her baby. Thomasin replies that she did not take it, and the father defends her from her mother. Thomasin comes out and checks their livestock. She finds the hare lurking around their goats. Later in their bedroom, the mother rants about the difficulty of their situation since they left the plantation. She thinks that God has cursed them because their crop does not bear good fruits. She then insists they need to go back to the plantation to avoid starvation. However, the father does not want to go back because of his pride. He then consoles her, saying God is only testing their faith. Shortly after, the mother suggests that they should look for another family where Thomasin can work for money, since she is already reaching puberty. The father then promises to her that he will bring Thomasin to another family tomorrow. Meanwhile, the siblings are able to overhear the conversation of their parents and intently listen to it. At midnight, Caleb decides to go to the woods to hunt for food after knowing about their food scarcity. Thomason catches him, sneaking out of their home. She then wants to join him in the woods. As he refuses, she threatens him that she will wake up their parents to inform them about his plans. Caleb then has no choice but to let her join in hunting in the woods. They then go to the woods with their horse and their dog. Morning comes, they reach the middle of the woods. Caleb finds a hare caught by their trap. They then joyfully take the hare and proceed to head home. Along the way, they encounter the witch in the form of the hare, scaring their horse away. Their dog chases the hare, so Caleb follows them, leaving Thomason with the horse. The horse is out of control and also runs away. Thomason falls out of the horse and passes out. Darkness comes, Thomason wakes up and gets reunited with her parents, who are frantically looking for them. Meanwhile, Caleb continues to look for their dog while praying to God. At this moment, his faith immediately gets tested, as he finds their dog's stomach completely mutilated. He then immediately heads back home. But along the way, he encounters the witch in the form of a sexy young lady. The witch seemingly knows his lustful nature, so she seduces him with a sweet tongue massage, allowing her to take him. Back at the family home, the mother rants about their awkward situation. She suggests to her husband to seek help from the plantation, since they appear helpless at this time. But the father remains prideful, and promises that he will find Caleb alone. The mother asks Thomason the reason why they go to the woods. The father then reveals that he sold her silver cup, and he also teaches Caleb to go to the woods. This makes the mother furious and completely devastated. Soon after, the situation settles down, and the mother calms down. Thomason comes outside to check the goats. She then finds Caleb completely naked, while walking in the rain. As she goes near him, he passes out. The family brings him inside. The mother then treats him since he appears to be severely sick. The following day, Thomason and her twin siblings are taking care of the goats. Mercy asks the black goat about the cause of Caleb's sickness. Mercy then says that according to the goat, Thomason is responsible for it, since she is a witch. Thomason replies she will never hurt her family. She then tries to collect milk from the white goat, but only blood comes out from it, which has taken her aback. Inside the house, the mother is praying over Caleb, since she believes his son is bewitched. The father says to her that he will come to the village to consult a doctor, but he needs to sell their crops first, so he can have a horse he can use to travel to the village. As she is fed up with their difficult situation, she confesses to her husband that she wants to go back to her hometown, and she resents their current situation. The father then promises that they will leave at dawn. As the family is harvesting the crops outside, they suddenly hear Caleb screaming. They then rush inside to check on him. It seems that a demonic force possesses Caleb. His mouth locks, so the father forcibly opens it. An apple comes out of Caleb's mouth, confirming that he is bewitched. Mercy reveals to their mother that Thomason is a witch, and she is the one who bewitched Caleb. The father then asks Thomason about it, but she denies Mercy's claims. The family then proceeds to pray over Caleb. But in the midst of their prayer, an evil force takes over the twin siblings, causing them to suffer in pain. The possessed Caleb suddenly shouts random words. So Thomason and her parents proceed to perform a prayer. But the possessed Caleb mocks their prayer, and he eventually dies. At the same time, the twin siblings become sick and pass out. The mother begins to believe that Thomason is a witch, and tells her to go away. She then runs out of the house, and the father follows her outside. Apparently, the father also believes that she is the witch who bewitches Caleb, since she is the last person with Caleb when he disappears. The father also believes she stopped the twin siblings' prayer earlier. This makes him think Thomason made a bargain with the devil. Thomason denies it, but he forces her to tell the truth. She then calls him a hypocrite for blaming her for their sufferings, when he is actually the one who is responsible for their shitty situation. She says that the father cannot produce enough food for them, since he is unable to hunt. So the father always cut woods to display masculinity, to cope with his insufficiency as a patriarch of the family. As the father becomes furious at her hurtful words, he proceeds to hurt her. In response, she reveals that their black goat is the devil, and it is responsible for their bad crops. She also confesses that she saw Mercy talking to it. The father then drags her back to their house, and forces her to confess to her mother that the twin siblings made a covenant with the devil black goat. Before leaving for Caleb's burial, the father decides to temporarily imprison Thomason and her twin siblings in the barn house, together with the goats. The couple proceed to give Caleb a proper burial. At night, the father confesses to God that he is responsible for his family's tragic fate. He then begs God to save his family from their eventual demise from the devil. Midnight comes, the mother wakes up, and sees a vision of her baby and Caleb alive and well. She then proceeds to breastfeed her baby. But it turns out that in reality, a crow is already taking a bite at her juicy breast. Meanwhile, in the barn house, Thomasin and her twin siblings happen to see the witch taking a sip from the white goat's milk. They then get completely frightened upon seeing the witch's ugly face. The following day, the father wakes up and comes out, only to find the twins gone. It seems that the witch has taken them away. He looks up to the sky, and the black goat charges at him, causing a wound on his stomach. He grabs the axe and has the chance to kill the black goat, but his pride kicks in again, as he believes that the black goat attack is God's punishment for his sins. So he utters a prayer, allowing the black goat to fatally attack him. Meanwhile, Thomasin helplessly witnesses her father's demise. Soon after, the mother comes out of the house, finding her husband dead, while the twins are gone. She then blames Thomasin for it, thinking that she is the one who made a covenant with the devil. At this moment, her mother is completely devastated. So she begins to hurt Thomasin. In response, Thomasin fights back at her, using the blade. Her mother then attempts to kill her, leaving Thomasin without a choice, but to repeatedly stab her mother. After her mother's death, Thomasin is now left alone in the middle of the woods. She then enters their house and sleeps to get some rest. At night, she walks out with the candle, and the black goat awaits her to come. At this point, she cannot go back to the plantation, since she will be accused as a witch by the court, and will be punished to death. So she decides to make a deal with the devil instead. Right then, the devil shapeshifts from a black goat into human form. The devil instructs her to take her clothes off and guide her hand to sign the covenant. As they finally make the deal, Thomasin is officially a witch now. Then the devil, in the form of the black goat, guides her to the other witches in the middle of the woods. In the end, Thomasin performs a ritual with other witches, where she now belongs. This is Daniel CC Movie Channel. Stay safe and enjoy your day.